I'm very pleased to be interviewing Caroline Horner, who's Senior Vice President, Product Innovation for Rentrak. Thank you for your time.
Oh, my pleasure.
So let's start with your background. How did you get to where you are today?
I think on the short story, other than a history of advertising and then off to San Francisco for the dot-com boom, back into set-top box data. I'll start with set-top box data. Some friends from my job at Organic sent me some data sets that were raw set-top box data and asked me what I could do with it. It was RFI information, set-top box, and Nielsen data all together. And a couple of days later, I came back with some attribution reporting, and they were very pleased with it, and that led me to here. I started working with Dish was the company that I was a vendor for Dish, and then I found some issues with their data, and they asked that I join full-time, and they were starting up their advertising group, and so that seemed to make a great fit, and they let me do whatever I wanted to for many years on their set-top box data, so it was really a fantastic time. And that we hired Rentrak when I was at Dish, and then after that I was at Group M doing advanced advertising with the addressable, and then over here to Rentrak.
What do you do now at Rentrak?
Basically, I build the products that I always wanted. You know, when you grow up in advertising, everybody's working with very awkward data, and everybody has a question they're trying to answer from their clients. And I had the opportunity to get all the data and then just to start building exactly the information that we would want. You know, what is real reach? What is real frequency? What is the behavioral stuff that is absolutely the evidence of people's interaction with the content? So I get to do that here.
Rentrak just announced a new amazing system called Rubik. Can you tell me about it?
Sure. It is a household level data set that we pulled from our massive data set. It's about 500,000 homes, and we are providing an environment where clients tunnel into our server and they can do the analytics at the case level, at the household level, to analyze really what are people doing. One thing that Rentrak has always done is aggregated the data. How do you show this kind of quantity of data to folks? We heard our clients say they wanted more flexibility, they wanted to do custom analytics on the fly, and so we pulled back a data set and made it available. There's a lot of excitement about it, and we have over 10 network clients using the product right now. We've attached a couple thousand, maybe 4,000 or 5,000 segmentations on it, so Boolean segmentation, the ability to cross different segments together. So whether you're a Jeep owner and a cat owner, you can target just those lovely ladies. The other side of it, the ability to do dynamic targeting, create a user group or a viewer group that perhaps didn't get exposed to any Jeep ads. Then how do you replan a campaign for them? So that those kind of things can be done when you have this kind of flexibility, and it's very exciting. I think we're going to get a lot of users, and as we scale it to a larger set, which is at the roadmap going forward, the uptake will continue with the kind of enthusiasm we're seeing.
So you have 500,000 now. Where do you see it growing to?
I think it. I would say in the near future we're looking the 2 to 10 million range. I think it's easy to imagine it already does it at that level. Certainly on the 2 to 5 million range, we've already done it internally. What is the real value after that? I don't know, because you can start looking at dynamic selection of target. You don't need the whole world just to study the Jeep owners. So I think there are different ways of manipulating data that we can get to. So scale, as you define it, doesn't mean you just need to process all data that you have. It might just mean processing all the data that you have that qualifies a certain level. It's a tough question to answer. Sometimes I think, well, let's just do it all. But I think that's computationally naive. Not just naive, it's really, I don't see the value of it. But I always like pushing the boundaries, what is possible, so we'll see. But I think in the near term, somewhere in the 2 to 10 million range.
Are you partnering with any other systems to feed the data, so such as a programmatic platform,
Yeah.
for example?
Yeah. So we work with, I think most or all, we might be missing one programmatic TV seller, exchange. They all have different definitions, but we work with digital and TV programmatic buying. We provide segments into the digital community as well as taking digital targeting and bringing it to television. So I would say we embrace them all.